Buddy. So I didn't expect to be um, coming back live so soon, um, but I, uh, I guess I'm glad that I had a meeting with the wood stove. I guess I'm glad um, because uh, it for I don't know a whole host of reasons. Um, it reminded me how stupid I can be. Yeah, how stupid I can be to have such an unnecessary situation. Um, but um, I, it's given me an opportunity to experience something that is extremely important that I have been trying to share with the world for the longest time. And because motherfucking pussies, fucking pussies, two-faced fucking pussies everywhere in media, alt media, social media, mainstream media, any type of publication, um, pussies, fucking pussies. So the message doesn't get out. Now, part one, um, I did as an upload and I fat fingered. So it ended before I was ready to end it. But in a way, I'm glad it did because it was easy to upload to ScrewTube. Um, so I got it uploaded YouTube and Rumble, and now I'm live streaming YouTube and Rumble. Let's talk about this. This 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 golden. You can see that golden color, right? As it gets thin, as I slash it, you see that golden color. Yeah, that golden medicine, golden um, therapeutic cannabis extract. Now, I've known its its properties for pain relief for burns for years and years, and I have been treating myself uh, anytime I get a burn because it's right here, readily available to me. And I don't know why this isn't in everybody's medicine cabinet. I know it's not in my family's medicine cabinet. That's how fucking sad the fucking situation is. Um, and its uses are many. Its uses are many, many, many. Now, in part one, you can see the severity of the burns. Um, I, uh, I'm not gonna attempt to show you now. um, I'm not gonna attempt to show you now because I can't turn the camera around. I can't do this and that, and I'm not wearing any pants. Um, the pain from these burns right now, I would rank it as a one or a two on a scale of 1 to 10. Um, 10 is the pain is so bad you're unconscious. you pass out. Um, 9 is the limit that a human can tolerate, a man can tolerate. Um, 7, 8, fucking miserable. 5, 4, miserable, miserable, miserable. Uh, even 1 or a 2 is fucking miserable. But compared to a 7 or an 8, a 1 or a 2 is big, big, big relief. And that's where I'm sitting right now. Is between a 1 and a 2, and I'm sitting right here next to the heat source. I feel like I'm going to sneeze. Um, pardon me. Hopefully, we can avoid a sneeze. And anybody that has any experience with burns knows that they're sensitive to certain things. They're sensitive to touch. They're sensitive to friction, and they are sensitive to heat. So the fact that I'm sitting here less than 3 feet away from the heat source uh, says a lot. It says a lot because I can go over there to the door and open up the door and stand stand there in the cool air, and the pain drops right down to zero, gone, absolutely gone. But sitting here by the heat source, the pain level is it's a solid 1, spikes of 2. And I imagine if I was to irritate it, that would go up. So we've got the cannabis extract on there, so I know the healing um, the healing is enhanced. The healing will be faster. Um, should be no infection. Should be should be no infection. Um, and we will see. I do hot showers, steam and hot showers. I do it to relax the muscles, get the blood flowing. Um, but I can tell you, I'm not going to be taking a hot shower. No, Um, I think by this time tomorrow, I think I will easily tolerate a warm shower. Um, I think I'll easily tolerate a warm shower. Uh, I imagine from my experience, whatever level of discomfort I'm having, if it's no, if all the pain is gone, I can expect a reminder when the warm water starts rolling down. But if I'm feeling a 1 or a 2, I can expect that that'll go up to maybe a 3 or a 4, maybe even spike some 5. By this time tomorrow, we'll still show sensitivity to heat and to friction. Um, 48 hours from now, that'll be very interesting. So maybe what I should do is come back and give a report. Give a report tomorrow. Give a report the next day. Um, Now, as I was talking, um, I think for part of that last segment, I think I was not even conscious of pain. I'm thinking about it, so I'm conscious of the pain, but it is so mitigated, so mitigated. Um, I now I was getting ready to go lay down, and go lay down and listen to a talk. Um, Something I could do with my eyes closed, give my eyes a rest, and use the hot stone for some muscle relaxation. But I, uh, I ended up kissing the wood stove with my leg, and that changed everything, didn't it? But again, I am happy. I am happy to be suffering this misery. Why? Because it gives me a damn good reason to talk about it. Now, I want to end tooth decay and gum disease. I want to reduce pain as much as possible. I want to enhance healing as much as possible. But the bar is in the way. The Department of Justice is in the way. The Sheriff's Department is in the way. The National Institute of Health is in the way. The AMA, the FDA, the DEA, the CIA, the FBI, every other motherfucking three-letter motherfucking piece of shit is in the way. In the way. Why the fuck doesn't the population know about this? About this? Fear, baby! Fear! Fear! Fear of what? Fear of being targeted. Being targeted by who? The CIA, the FBI, the DEA, the FDA, the AMA, the ADA, the DOJ. Fuck them, eh? Got any Canadians here, eh? Hey, any Canadians here, eh? Fuck the CIA. Fuck them. Fuck the FDA. Eh? Fuck the AMA. Eh? Fuck the ADA. Eh? Fuck them all. Fuck all the insurance companies. Fuck all the cowardly researchers. Fuck all the cowardly scientists. Fuck all the cowardly doctors. Fuck all the cowardly dentists. Fuck all the cowardly medical practitioners. Fuck all the cowardly fucking politicians. Fuck every fucking bar agent. Fuck them twice. Fuck them again. And fuck them again. This is fucking insanity. I know there are a lot of people right now suffering from a fucking burn. Children, women, elderly. And there aren't very many tough fucking men out there. So the fucking pussified men are suffering too. From burns. When this could be in their fucking medicine cabinet right now. And they don't have to rely on anybody to do it. You put a fucking seed in the fucking ground, you grow the plant, you get some fucking alcohol, and you do the extraction. And I use isopropyl alcohol, 99% isopropyl alcohol, pharmaceutical grade alcohol, um, for cost purposes. Some guys use hexane. I never liked fucking hexane. I never liked it. It is, it doesn't all come out. And they claim it's a food grade solvent. And a lot of the extracts are done from your for your food is with hexane. Grain alcohol would be the best. And again, you can make that yourself. Why do you want to listen to a fucking invader tell you you don't have the freedom to make your own alcohol? You don't have the freedom to make your own wine, your own beer, grow your own tobacco. Fucking take care of yourself. Who the fuck do these motherfuckers think they are, huh? And who the fuck do you think you are? All right, here's something else. Here's something else I'm going to show you. Watch this. Closed, right? All right, closed on this side. Okay, still don't believe me? All right, we'll do this. It all came out of that side. Now we'll do the other side. See that? I'm breathing clear out of right and left nasal passages. To me, this is fucking phenomenal. For decades, decades and decades and decades, at least one was completely blocked and it would switch sides. And every time I would take the first bite of whatever, a snack or a meal, boom, slam shut. No way to breathe through my nose. Eating and swallowing, chewing and swallowing when you can't breathe through your nose can be scary. And it requires some dexterity. You gotta teach yourself anew. And so this is what I went through because of my toxic teeth. Because of my toxic teeth. Now, I had been recovering. I remember I was on my deathbed. I was down to 120 pounds. I barely had strength to turn the doorknob. I was sweating 18, pretty much 24 hours a day. I was sleeping 18 hours a day. And I know I was checking out. I know I was checking out. My younger brother had only uh, left us, and I was right behind him. I was right behind him. But because of cannabis, because of this, and so I'm going to show you. I'm going to take and put this on my finger here like that, see? And then I'm going to put it on my teeth like this. Right along the gum line. See that? All right. Now I'm going to do it on the bottom. All right. That is how I learned about oral health with cannabis. That's how I learned about oral health with cannabis. That's what got my gums to stop bleeding. That's what got my gums to rejuvenate. That's what made all the plaque go away. And yet, this area over here on the upper, it looked horrible. Horrible. The gum tissue. I mean, it nasty, nasty, nasty. And that's when I had to say, why? Why? And what is it about that tooth? Is there something about that tooth? Well, there was. It was a crowned tooth that never had a root canal that died. Now I had a mouthful of root canal teeth on top of that, all of them infected, all of them. And one in the back, it doesn't matter which side, but I think it was this side, bottom in the back. Um, and there was white lesions growing on my gum. Now that's a sign of cancer. That might be called precancer. It might be called cancer. Um, but whatever you want to call it, it was there. And so the dentist said, "Show me." So I showed him. And he said, "I see it." And then he had his probe. He had his probe, kind of like a dental pick, one of their instruments, right? And he pushed it right through the tooth. And he looks up to it, looks over at his assistant and says, "He's got a point. He's got a point here. That tooth needs to come out." So I had to have a lot of teeth pulled, and then from there I was getting healthier. I was getting healthier and healthier, putting on weight and getting some muscle mass back, and um, my post nasal drip was mitigating the constant phlegm. I was always uh, 8 years ago, 10 years ago, in the amount of time. Let's see, what do we got? 20 some minutes here, maybe 30, 20. I think 20 some minutes. Um, in that amount of time, I would have coughed and hacked up phlegm balls and spit. I don't know, maybe 2 or 3 times by now. Oh, I'm telling you, I was a miserable motherfucker to be around because I was so infected. I was so fucking toxified. And so all of that was getting better, getting better, getting better. And then I had a few years ago, almost 3 years ago now, I had a tooth abscess, and um, and the dental community forced me to live with that fucking toxic tooth, and it was lower on this side, um, but obviously that still had an effect of infection up above. And so that tooth got extracted this summer, and my post nasal drip is Well, sometimes it's not even there. Sometimes it's not even there. Um, Sometimes it's gone. And when it is there, well, hey, ain't nothing like it used to be. And I, the occasional phlegm that I bring up now, quite often is clear, clear, not yellow and not green. Um, in the mornings, I'm still getting brown, and I know what that is, and I have not talked about this very much. In fact, I've talked about it very, very little. But it's something that I feel needs to be talked about, and that's fungus. The fungus among us. And there's different kinds of fungus, and I'm no expert, and I have not done the dives into it with regards to the different types, the different types of fungus. So I think pretty much everybody is familiar with athlete's foot, um, jock itch, and nail fungus. So nail fungus. um, I observe two major conditions, and I think it's because of uh, different fungus. And one of the fungus is makes your nails yellow, makes the nails yellow. It might also have other effects on the nails. Um, but I don't suffer from that. I don't suffer from the um, yellow nails. So I don't have the experience. I can only go by pictures I've seen and um, feet and hands that I've seen. Um, and uh, Now fungus. I did do some research on it, and one of the things that I read was that uh, fungus can be found at the heart or the center of a cancerous tumor. Um, I found that to be interesting. I found that to be interesting that fungus might be well, I guess from what we're learning these days is maybe a host for the parasites. Um, so the other thing that I've noticed, watching people age, visiting people in nursing homes, um, being around people in their hospice time, is the I'll say dead skin, their legs, their arms, um, the whole body. And my experience from my body shutting down, from my immune system near failing, was a massive fungal overtaking. Now, from the time I was in high school. I had to deal with athlete's foot, and I remember getting out of the shower and uh, and having loose skin between my toes, right, or getting out of the swimming pool or getting out of the lake and get loose skin between my toes, the skin peeling off. And I remember talking with my doctor about it at the time, and he said, "Dry between your toes." That's all he said. Dry between your toes. Well, that's not going to get rid of fungus. It's not. And so, dealing with the itchy feet, right? And then the itchy crotch, right? And 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 I'm going to say from the time my late teens, it was into my hands, but I really didn't know it. I really didn't know it, and so um, when I would clip my nails and clipping to the over to the edge, and then maybe there's a little bit of nail left that I don't know. Now you're getting into that tight spot, right? You're getting into that tight spot where you got to force the clippers. You got to make the skin move and force the clippers to get that last little bit of nail. Or you can just take that piece of nail and sort of tear it off. Well, when I would tear it off, quite often, there would be a string of skin that ran all the way down the side of the nail to where it started to curve, and it'd go to tear that nail where it used to tear off and nothing else, clean and done. But somewhere around my late teens, I noticed that when I would do that, it would be pulling this piece of skin. Um, and as I have been fighting off this fungal infection, and it is mitigating, I'm getting to that point on some of the nails, and some of the nails past that point. Um, in a good way, to being clean and healthy. So um, another thing, by the time I was in my 20s and 30s, um, didn't matter how hard I worked, I did not develop calluses. I did not develop calluses on my palms or on my fingers, but um, the sides of my fingers, um, the nails coming up, and then it's curving. Well, right at that transition point, the skin on my fingers is is dead, and so it's hard and it's sharp, and I mean sharp and hard, and so well, yeah, you can see where um, that becomes an issue for intimacy, and So that was something that I'd have to deal with. I'd keep that keep that filed down, keep it sanded down. But I had no idea that that was a fungal issue. I didn't. I had no idea. And then um, because my immune system was still pretty strong, it's it's keeping the fungus at bay, so to speak. Because like I said, when I'm around these older people, especially in the hospice, I see the fungal taken over, the scaly, the dead skin, all over, and I know what that is. I know that's fungal. Um, and if somebody can prove me wrong, then I'm good with that too, because I'd like to know for sure, for positive scientifically, but my experience tells me that that's fungal. And so while I was on my deathbed, the fungus really took over on me. Now, another thing that I learned about the fungus is that it gravitates into scar tissue. So this old boy's got a fair amount of scar tissue, and so I can attest to the pain. Um, the pain associated with living with the fungus thriving in the scar tissue, and the pain of killing the fungus in the scar tissue and getting the body to eject it, to clear it out. Um, Now, another thing that I dealt with probably in my by my late 20s, certainly my 30s, 40s, and 50s, was generally in the late fall and through the winter, my fingers would crack. They'd crack. They'd split open, and I am confident that that was the fungal. My fingers do not split open anymore. I haven't had that problem now for several years. Um, I, I'm not fungal free yet. However, um, if we were to think of it as an hourglass, you turn the hourglass over and the sand's got to come down. Um, 10 years ago, that was full. Now there's only a little bit left, and I have more experience. I have more experience. So I've been seriously aware of the fungal condition that I've been dealing with. I don't know that over time I've gotten to know the complexity of it, and how it manifests in different parts of the body. Um, and so some of you might remember the late night TV advertisements for this thing that you would uh, basically grind the skin off of your heel. You know, the dead skin on your feet, shave it right off. They'd show the skin, coming right off, falling, all this white, thick. Well, it appears to me that the fungus will also dig into where there's pressure. So your heel and the pads on your toes, and and then that part of the foot right behind the toes. Um, that's taking the pressure, and that's where that fungus will get in real deep. And so when it's dead and dry, you can kind of shave it off, file it off, grind it off, sand it off, fillet it off. Um, and and when it's wet, when dead skin is wet, like you've had your feet soaking in the river for an hour, and you pull your feet out, and you've got all this wrinkled up white skin. That's the dead skin. It's also, well, that's a real good time to be able to fillet it off. But you got to be careful. It's easy. It's easy to cut yourself, but I use a razor blade like this, and I've got pictures. I've got pictures, or I'd be flaying off like I don't know, maybe 1/8 inch thick off the bottom of my feet. Now I don't have nearly that. In a lot of areas are clean. There's other areas that are thin that are going away. But this is what I can tell you um, is according to Dr. Thomas Levy, in the tubules of a dead tooth, and a root canal tooth is a dead tooth. A root canal tooth is a dead tooth. 2 to 6 miles a tubal, depending on the size of the tooth, where bacteria and or fungus can sit five by side, 5 by 5, five side by side. And he talks about how the bacteria can morph into deadly toxic bacteria. He doesn't. I don't recall him going much into the fungus, other than saying fungus. So this is what I know. This is what I know. I spend 7 years getting stronger, getting healthier, fighting off my fungal infections, and I have a tooth abscess because I'm not getting good dental care. And then they refuse me dental care. And I was deprived my own cannabis formulations. Don't forget that. I went years without my own cannabis formulations and being denied, years being denied service by my primary care dentist. So I had a tooth abscess. And then the fuckers forced me to live with it. And I tried going around them. Right? I mean, I tried going lots of places. Humana worked against me. Everything's working against me. So for 2 years, I lived with that fucking tooth, knowing that it is a bacteria fungal factory, the likes of Mount Cheyenne. Fortified, the immune system can't get to it. It's well protected, and it gets to operate 24/7, 365. Doesn't take a coffee break, doesn't take a lunch break, doesn't sleep, doesn't take a holiday. Fucking infecting 24/7, 365. And so I conscious of this when I finally got that tooth out. I'm paying attention to how uh, uh, how my treatment protocols are having effect. And since getting that tooth out, um, it has been getting better and better and better at a rapid pace that I couldn't hit before. And I know, I'm confident that it was because of that dead tooth that they forced me to live with. So if you're fighting fungus and you've got root canal teeth, my my position is that you're likely not ever going to get rid of the fungus. You might knock it down. You might knock it down to the point where it seems like it's not an issue, but it's not gone. And the minute your immune system starts to get taxed, there's opportunity for the fungus to thrive. That's what I think. And I, well, I tell you, there was a time 10 years ago where I was so excited because I was convinced I was going to be rubbing elbows with scientists, with researchers, with doctors, with dentists, and in laboratories, and and deep, deep, deep into uh, health and science, with a huge focus on cannabis, but certainly not limited to cannabis. And that never happened, did it? No, they run. They run. They can't get away fast enough. Um, so as I've been sitting here going through this little tirade, I can tell you that even consciously, like right now, the pain is about a point 0.5. I think it's been zero at times, and right now, as I'm thinking about it, concentrating on it, I put it at about a point 0.5. If I didn't have this medicine, I guarantee you it would still be a 6, a 7. It would be very, very agonizing. So, yeah, what I did was I don't know if you saw that I threw my cigarette down. That tile there by the wood stove, that's my ashtray, and I got a shop vac sitting right over here. So whenever I feel like it's time, I fire up the shop vac, and I'll be conscious not to be sucking up something that I just threw down there that's still got a coal on it, and yet what I did was I said, I'm ready to go lay down. Uh, my main rock. I hadn't gotten out of the bedroom. It was still laying there in the bed and cold. And I thought, well, I got this other one up here. I really haven't tried that one because I've been so happy with the other. So I went in. I got the towel. First I threw the cigarette down. Then I got up, I walked in there, I grabbed the towel, I come walking back over, and I'm all in motion, walking towards the wood stove, stepping down, and in motion reaching, because I got to reach kind of over the stove and under that pot and snag that stone off of there. And and I'm using the towel as like a hot pad. But uh, I planted my left foot, and I'm now planting my right foot as I'm reaching over, and I stepped on that hot coal, and it made me jump, and I'm leaning towards the wood stove, and I sizzled myself. So I, I Not very happy about that at the moment. Um, and and really, I I'm reminded how important it is to pay attention to the simple things, which I'm reminding myself about on a regular basis, especially this. Well, seems like every season or every project or uh, um, every every bit of living has different. I mean, you're in the kitchen, you're cutting up food. It's easy to be not paying attention and slip and ooh, need some stitches. I damn near did that the other day. I damn near did that the other day, and so I'm I, I'm being thankful as I was clearing all those trees. And then I got scars all over my arms. I'm getting whipped in the face. Um, but I have to say thank you, thank you to the vibrations that are keeping me alert, keeping me alert, and protecting me. Right, I didn't get a stick in the eye. Um, I didn't fall on something that would harpoon me. And I'm telling you, there's been a lot, and a lot, and a lot. And so going out to the wood pile, you got to be careful about a slip and fall. All right, now the front porch is ice, and it's going to stay that way. It's going to stay that way. We got a warm up coming, so I'll be able to get it cleared again. Um, but going out to the wood pile, you got to be so careful at times. At times that one of those pieces of firewood, which can be very heavy, and has some of them have the opportunity to fall over 4 feet. That I don't have one land on my foot. Um, so I try to always be conscious about that. And and there's been times I've had to dance. I've had to jump, and and there's times that I've taken a hit, but fortunately, it was one I could say thank you. I could say thank you to the verse, to the universe, um, because I was still able to walk. I didn't have a broken foot. I didn't have a broken toe. Um, and that's the way I feel about this encounter that I had here today with the wood stove. Like, damn, boy, you fucking idiot, fucking idiot. But I threw that cigarette down without thinking, because 99.99999% of the time, that's perfectly fine to throw a cigarette down there because there's no chance of starting a fire. Um, and I'm not going to be walking on it. If I'm going to be walking, I'm going to be walking around it. I'll be going to the front door. I'll be going to the bedroom. I'll be going to the front of the stove. I ain't going to be stepping on it. But if I'm cooking, if I know I'm like I do a lot of cooking on the wood stove. Well, I don't want to say I do a lot of cooking. I cook my meals on the wood stove this time of year, so it's a daily thing. It's a daily thing. And so far, I have not stepped on a cigarette while I was cooking dinner. Um, and right now, my pain is zero for the burns. For the burns, I have pain, but it's elsewhere. It's another condition, and it is tolerable. But I know that people are suffering from burns. Mom and grandma in the kitchen. How many times do you get a first degree burn or even a second degree burn? God forbid a third degree burn. And what do you have available to you that can bring your pain down to a one or a zero within a matter of hours? Within a matter of hours. I don't think it's been 2 hours. And a lot of times on a mild first degree burn, which I'll get a lot. I'll get a lot because um, the the coal will shed the coal will shed a little ember and it'll fall. And maybe it'll land on my finger, maybe it'll land on my hand, sometimes on my arm, sometimes on my leg. And it's enough to be a burn. And in those instances, I get straight to this, dip my finger in there and apply, and um, and I'll do 2 or 3 applications in the first 10 minutes, and within 10 minutes, the pain is going away. 20 minutes, the pain can be gone, depending on the severity of that first degree burn, how big a coal it was, uh, did, did it extinguish itself, or were you able to brush it off before it completely went out? These things, it's all a different, a degree. Take a 1 degree burn, put it on a scale of 1 to 10. 1 to 10 fits into this. It's 1 degree. Your second degree, scale of 1 to 10. Before the position between a first degree and the position of a third degree. So, um, yeah, I'm telling you, I, I, uh, I am pain free right now from the burn, and I know if I decide I'm going to go and lay down that I will be laying on my left side, not on my right side, and and I figure I won't be putting on a long pair of pants probably for a day, and I'll avoid the shower till sometime tomorrow. And so I think about the cooks in the restaurants, and the welders, the mechanics, all the guys the blue collar guys. Sometimes they're dealing with hot stuff. Sometimes they're dealing with hot stuff. Two people here. Hey there, I love you. I do. And I I want you to be pain free. I want you to be healthy. I want you to be free. There's nobody going to tell you about this but me. Nobody. Maybe somebody. I haven't seen it. And people talk that amongst themselves. I know, I know that I have educated some people personally, personally on this because I was there. I was there when they needed it. I was there when they needed it, and I was there to provide it. And I was there to witness their relief, their recovery, and to hear their tale and to receive their appreciation. So I know that there are people that will tell somebody, and maybe one of them is you. But for the vast, vast, vast majority, ain't nobody telling you. I'm the only one telling you. So I, the oil, this oil, there's a way of vaping where you get a glass rod about this size, just about this size, and you heat it up with a torch till it's glowing red, and then you got your pipe. Yeah, not this one, but this will do. You got your pipe, and got a hair hanging in it. Got your pipe, and it's got oil in the bowl, and then up here is a hole, which is where you draw the bowl has no hole. It's the top of the bowl where the hole is, and then the vape will go like this and up the pipe. So you'll touch that wand. You'll just touch it to the oil as you're taking your hit. And a young lady, at the shop, uh, dabbing, and she set the wand down on the table. She set the wand down on the table for whatever reason. For whatever reason, she set the wand down on the table. She's in process of dealing with the hit that she took. So maybe she got a good one. She felt like that was all she could handle. She didn't want to deal with holding on to the wand, whatever the reason was, but she put the wand down on the table. She exhaled. She's ready to pick up the pipe and the wand and or the wand and heat it up with the torch. But by this time, the glow is gone. The glow, the red cherry glow is gone, but the heat is not gone. And she picks it up and drops it. Why? Because instantly, second-degree burn. She had a blister on her finger, a half-inch long, maybe three-quarters of an inch long, close to a half-inch wide, and it probably standing a quarter-inch tall, with the water underneath, right? So I had personal experience with this myself, me, and so I knew what to do. So I told her, I said, "All right, that skin that's all blistered up really has no sensitivity to it. So go ahead and bite bite into it and break it. Bite a little hole. So she bit a little hole. We got some tissues, applied some pressure, drained all that fluid out of there, essentially mostly like clear water. Drain that out of there. Then took the syringe and stuck the end of it inside the hole that she had made with her teeth, right? And then filled it, filled it, and then took a band-aid and with some pressure, with some pressure, bandaged that up. Well, she got great relief from that. And I don't know if it was the next day or the second day. Um, she comes into the shop. She said, look, look at my finger. The skin had reattached. The skin had reattached. So they tell us that skin is dead. That's what I was told all these years, but I got to say, no, that skin is injured. That skin is injured. It ain't dead because it reattaches. Now it's going to become dead skin sooner than if it never happened. But it heals up. The pain is gone so fast, and yet who's going to tell you about it? Why would they want tell you about you can't get pain pills anymore? You can't get pain pills. They the motherfuckers, the poison control experts went crazy with the pain pills, and then the CIA and others flooded the streets with the opium, with the morphine. Um, so the poison control experts and their partners in the pharmaceutical they get the people hooked, and then the CIA brings in all the street drugs, and so now there's lots of reasons to harvest the people. Lots of reasons to harvest the people. So, and now the end result of all of that fuckery is we can't get pain pills today. And from my observation, we got more pain, more misery, more suffering because of the endless toxification and poisoning of the people, and the people don't have access to pain relief. So, well, you don't have access to the kind of pain relief from the pharmacy, right? Your Tylenol with codeine. The oh, what were some? There were some good ones. There were some good pain pills, but we can't have them anymore. No, you need to be in pain. And I'm telling you, I am sitting here right now, pain free from the burns. That's fucking phenomenal. That is fucking phenomenal. Um, that tells me when I go and lay down, and I will be laying down on my left side, it tells me I will be able to tolerate the covering, the sheet and the quilt. I'll be able to tolerate that. right now, and it's only been it hasn't been 3 hours since this happened. In part one, I show you the burns. So, anybody got anything to say about that? Not yet. I know your doctor ain't got nothing to say about it except shut up. I know the cannabis researchers got nothing to say about it except shut up. I know that the FDA has nothing to say about it except shut up. And the Department of Justice and all the British agents, they say they want it shut up. So there you go. All right. I guess I said what I wanted to say. Three people here. Three people here. That's what it says. Blessings on you folks and all those that'll tune in later. So here I am, first and second degree burns, pain free within hours of the incident. And who the fuck is going to tell you, and where the fuck can you go and get it for yourself right now, today? And does that piss you off? Does anything piss you off? Does anything make you want to take a stand? Is there anything that will piss you off enough to get you past your fear to where you can be a man who can look himself in the mirror and be proud that you're not a coward, or proud that you have the courage to override the fear? I live in fear. I live with fear. I used to live in fear. Fear, 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 fear. Oh, man. But I got fear in my back pocket. So that is there to keep me alert. Keep me alert. And I got a new note. I got a new note in my fear book in my back pocket, which is don't kiss the wood stove. Don't kiss the wood stove. I wondered about, losing my balance and, I've been heating with this thing for over 10 years. Over 10 years. This is by far the worst. This is by far the worst. The most of the ones would be as I'm putting wood in, and maybe my arm will catch the edge of the opening um, as I'm putting the wood in. Those so minor. Um, this one, I wouldn't consider it minor. I would not consider it minor. I do not consider it minor because um, um, it's not, but it is with this. With this, it is. Um, I can tell that if I had gauze bandaging and I was able to wrap around my leg with the gauze bandaging, I could put a pair of pants on. I could put a pair of pants on. Um, but without the pain relief, the gauze bandaging would be fucking miserable. Just to have that gauze bandaging on there would be fucking miserable. And so having now that's another thing too. To take the gauze bandage, and wrap it around. Now you can do this. Now you can do this. So say the burn is here. Yeah. Go like that. Go like that. Load that. See how easy that is? That easy peasy. Easy peasy. I don't have, I might have a little bit of gauze bandage, but I don't have that much. And as far as I'm concerned, I don't need it. But after this experience, I think it's something I'll think about picking up to have in the medicine cabinet. That's what I think. So I tell you, it's so fucking frustrating that we can't talk about oral health with cannabis. Can't talk about it. There isn't one motherfucking podcaster, truther, patriot, healthcare fucking specialist, we the people motherfucker that's got the balls. That's it. I'm the only one. The one and only. And everybody has a mouth. And a lot of you have pets or livestock that suffer the way we do. And a lot of you spend money on your pet's teeth. And I don't know if anybody spends any money on the animal, mammals, the horses, the cattle, etc. But they're suffering too. And we can so mitigate. We can so mitigate disease. We can so mitigate pain. But you gotta grow a pair, men. You gotta grow a pair, and you gotta be able to stand up to your sheriff, to your city police, your village police. We got to stand up to them because they're operating. They're a big part of the operation of these slave courts. And why the fuck do we put up with it? Where the fuck are the men? Where are the military men? Where the fuck are the military men? On their knees. That's where they are. So, all right, everybody. I'm pain free, and I am happy to be able to tell you about it. Much love, everybody. I'll be back later.